It's easy to want to share our dreams and aspirations with those closest to us. We seek their encouragement or validation, hoping for understanding and support. However, not everyone is equipped to embrace or support the divine purpose God has placed in your life. This is why protecting your secret becomes an act of faith, a declaration that you trust in God's sovereignty and His perfect timing. You believe that He will reveal what needs to be known when it serves His purpose. Prayer is the sacred channel through which you can access divine wisdom, seeking clarity on when to speak and when to remain silent. Before you share your heart, ask God, is this the time? Is this the person you have chosen? Sometimes the silence you hear in response is God's way of urging you to hold your secret a little longer. Through prayer, you not only gain discernment but also strengthen your connection with God, enabling you to recognize spiritual traps that might lie ahead. Have you ever shared something deeply personal, only to feel the sting of betrayal or judgment? Perhaps you revealed a cherished dream or a sacred moment in your life, only to discover that the person you trusted was unprepared to receive it or worse, used it against you. These moments, though painful, are often spiritual lessons. They teach us the value of discretion and the need to guard what is sacred. As Jesus instructed in Matthew 10 verse 16, "Be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves." This balance of wisdom and purity is vital for protecting what God has entrusted to you. The Bible often emphasizes the power of restraint in speech. Proverbs 13 verse 3 reminds us, "Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin." This wisdom teaches us that even well-intentioned words can have unforeseen consequences. By withholding certain things, we protect not just our hearts, but the divine work God is doing within us. In my own life, I've learned that not every thought, idea, or inspiration needs to be shared immediately. There's a quiet strength in waiting for God's perfect timing. As difficult as it may be to resist the urge to speak, there's a peace in knowing that by holding back, we honor God's wisdom and His plans for us. The more we trust God's sovereignty, the more we realize that silence is not a burden, but a gift that protects our hearts and our calling. In conclusion, protecting your divine secret is not just an act of wisdom, it is an act of obedience. By waiting for the right time to reveal what God has entrusted to you, you allow His plans to unfold naturally and powerfully. Keep your secrets sacred and trust that God will reveal them when the moment is right. This is the path to fulfilling your divine purpose and stepping into the fullness of God's blessings. When you choose to protect the sacred treasures God has placed in your life, you create a divine boundary around your purpose, shielding it from premature exposure and unnecessary interference. Have you ever considered how your journey might shift if you pause to pray and discern before speaking? The painful experiences of misplaced trust when someone betrays you or mocks your dreams are not meant to break you. Instead, they are opportunities to sharpen your spiritual awareness. Think of Joseph in the Bible, whose dreams were mocked by his brothers. Genesis 37. His dreams were misunderstood, and yet God's plan for him remained unchanged. In time, Joseph's dreams came to fruition in a way that no one could have anticipated. Could it be that God is calling you to nurture your dreams in silence, trusting Him to reveal them when the time is right? By protecting your secret and waiting on God's timing, you align yourself with divine wisdom, avoiding unnecessary spiritual battles. Silence becomes your ally, a shield that keeps you protected until the moment is perfect for revelation. Let prayer guide you, anchoring your faith and helping you discern when to speak and when to remain silent. What steps can you take today to preserve the sacred things in your life for God's timing? Not everything precious needs to be shared prematurely. Sometimes the greatest acts of faith are found in the quiet trust between you and God. Just as a rare and priceless jewel requires careful protection, so too does the divine secret God has entrusted to you. Loneliness, often misunderstood as a burden, is actually a sacred gift in disguise. It is in these seasons of solitude that God speaks to you with unmatched clarity. During these times, your intimacy with Him deepens, and He equips you for the spiritual battles that lie ahead. If you find yourself in a season of loneliness, remember that this is not a sign of abandonment. Rather, it is a divine separation, a time when God is shielding you from influences that might jeopardize the sacred purpose you carry. Embrace these quiet moments as opportunities for spiritual growth. They are not a sign of being forgotten, but a time of preparation and a deepening trust in God's plan for your life. Your words hold immense power, the power to create, to destroy, to invite blessings, or to open doors for spiritual opposition. This is why it is so crucial to guard the secrets God has given you. If you speak too soon about something He is still working on, you risk exposing your life to impure energies or malicious intentions. The protection of your divine purpose begins with the words you choose to speak.
Silence, therefore, often becomes your strongest shield. Proverbs 21 verse 23 wisely says, "Those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity." How much more peace could you maintain by practicing this wisdom in your life? Envy is a particularly insidious force that targets those with a divine purpose. When you share prematurely, you may attract envious eyes or even intentional acts of sabotage. This isn't about living in fear, it's about walking in divine wisdom. Jesus taught His disciples to be shrewd as serpents and innocent as doves, Matthew 10 verse 16. This balance of wisdom and purity is key to protecting the sacred calling that God has placed within you.
Imagine how your journey might look different if you approached your purpose with this same discernment and shrewdness. Timing is essential in every area of life, and the revelation of your secret is no exception. By keeping your divine purpose concealed for now, you allow God to prepare the ground for its perfect unveiling. Imagine a flower blooming out of season. It may be beautiful for a brief moment, but it will wither soon because it was not ready. The same principle applies to the secrets God has planted in your heart. In the waiting, God is preparing you for the fullness of His purpose. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11 reminds us, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Could it be that your waiting is part of the process to ensure your purpose flourishes in its fullness? Every betrayal, disappointment, and season of solitude you have endured has been a lesson designed to teach you the value of guarding what is sacred. This period of quiet preparation is not wasted time, it is essential for the fulfillment of the mission God has entrusted to you. The lessons you learn in these moments will equip you to protect the precious secrets He has placed in your life, and when the time is right, those secrets will be revealed in the most perfect and beautiful way. In my personal experience, I've learned that sometimes the most powerful move is to remain silent. When God speaks to your heart, it's easy to want to share with the world, but not everyone is ready for what He's revealing. Protecting your purpose requires patience and trust in His timing. I've found that the moments of waiting are often the ones where my faith deepens the most. It's in these times that I'm able to strengthen my connection with God and learn to rely fully on His perfect plan, trusting in His timing, guarding the sacred secrets He has entrusted to me, and learning to discern when to speak and when to remain silent has been a transformative journey. What's important to remember is that your silence is not weakness, it is a profound act of faith and trust in God's sovereignty. By holding onto your divine secrets, you prepare for the perfect unveiling of God's purpose in your life, knowing that He is always working behind the scenes. These experiences you faced were not random, they were part of God's divine preparation for you. Every moment of pain, challenge, or heartbreak was carefully woven into His plan to refine your character and equip you for the purpose He has set before you. Reflect on your past with gratitude. How often have the hardest seasons of your life turned out to be the very ones that shaped your resilience and deepened your faith? Consider how every trial, every setback, was a divine training ground designed to strengthen you. What if you viewed every challenge as a stepping stone to your destiny, a tool in God's hand shaping you for something far greater than you can see right now? Let me speak directly to your heart. The secret you carry is not just a mission, it's a divine confirmation that you are part of something far greater than yourself. Something eternal, something that transcends the limits of this world. This is precisely why you must guard it closely and keep it concealed for now. The enemy cannot disrupt what remains hidden. By safeguarding this sacred truth, you not only protect yourself, but you also preserve God's divine plan for your life. Trust that, at the appointed time, God will unveil what has been kept in secret. And when that moment arrives, nothing in heaven or on earth will be able to stand against His plan. So until that time comes, commit to prayer, trust, and protect the sacred things within you. Your spiritual journey is both a privilege and a challenge, requiring discernment to protect the treasures God has entrusted to you. Some secrets are not just pieces of knowledge, they are spiritual keys that unlock the doors to your purpose. But shared with the wrong person, these keys can lead to confusion, setbacks, or even opposition. Think of Moses. His mother hid him in the basket along the Nile, Exodus 2 verse 3, keeping him safe from danger. Her discretion didn't just protect him, it set the stage for Israel's deliverance. In the same way, by protecting your own secret, you ensure that nothing disrupts the divine path God has laid out for you. I want to equip you with 3 powerful spiritual tools to help you guard these sacred secrets, fortify your spiritual walk, and protect your divine energy. What I share could be the turning point between stagnation and the fulfillment of your God-given destiny. So listen with an open heart and a willing spirit. But more than that, take these principles and apply them to your life. Are you ready to commit to safeguarding what God has placed in you? Remember, this is not just about protecting a secret, it's about securing the foundation of your purpose. It's about ensuring that God's plans for your life unfold in His perfect timing. The first tool I want to share is strategic silence. Chosen one, you must remember that not everything requires an explanation. How many times have you felt compelled to justify your actions or share a revelation simply because it felt significant or impressive? Let me remind you, silence is more than the absence of words. It is a powerful form of prayer. When you choose to remain silent in the face of probing questions or doubts, you create a sacred space around your purpose. Think back to moments when you wisely chose silence instead of giving in to the temptation to explain. Those moments of restraint were powerful, protecting your energy and keeping your focus. Silence doesn't mean weakness, it means strength, wisdom, and trust in God's timing. As you move forward, embrace silence as a tool of protection, a shield that guards your purpose while you wait for God's perfect moment to reveal what's hidden. Strategic silence is a powerful tool for protecting your purpose and maintaining control over the spiritual treasures entrusted to you. Silence is not a sign of weakness, but rather an intentional act of strength that creates space for God to work behind the scenes. By choosing to hold back your words, you shield your purpose and preserve your energy, ensuring that what God is doing in your life remains unhindered by the wrong influence or misguided opinions. In the spiritual realm, silence is more than just restraint, it is an atmosphere where God moves. Every word you speak carries immense power, and speaking without divine guidance can be as dangerous as opening the gates of a fortress without discerning who stands on the other side. Silence, therefore, becomes a form of protection, a way to maintain the sanctity of your calling while God moves in ways you may not yet understand. Consider the example of Jesus when He stood before Pilate, accused and condemned by false witnesses. Despite being surrounded by lies and injustice, He chose silence. The Bible recounts, but Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge, to the great amazement of the governor. Matthew 27 verse 14. Jesus' silence was not a weakness, it was divine strategy, allowing the Father's plan of salvation to unfold without interference. This moment teaches us that silence can serve a higher purpose, giving space for God to work in ways beyond our understanding. Many spiritual battles are triggered by misplaced words. The enemy listens intently to what we say, searching for opportunities to sow discord and confusion. When you practice strategic silence, you close the gaps and fortify your spiritual defenses. Silence is not passive, it is an active form of protection, focusing attention on your actions rather than on your words. Proverbs 17 verse 27 to 28 emphasizes the importance of wisdom in speech, stating, "The one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent. This wisdom serves as a guide for us in our daily lives. Before responding to a question or sharing something personal, pause and ask yourself, does this glorify God? Does this protect my purpose? If the answer is no, choose silence. In doing so, you align yourself with God's wisdom, creating a protective barrier around the divine calling He has placed in you. Your silence becomes a prayer, your restraint a testament to your faith, and your discretion a shield for your mission. The second powerful tool for guarding your purpose is the fortress prayer, a shield of protection and a source of divine wisdom. Your words carry power, but when directed toward God, they become invincible spiritual weapons. Before deciding whether to share anything or with whom to share it, take a moment to lift your thoughts to God in prayer. This simple yet profound act invites His guidance and protection into the situation. A prayer like this can become your daily armor. Lord, strengthen my heart and grant me discernment to understand what should be spoken and what must remain hidden. Let my words glorify You alone, and may no divine secret be revealed before its appointed time. Amen. This prayer is more than just a request, it is a spiritual shield. When prayed with intention, it guards your heart from doubt, shields your mind from confusion, and creates a barrier against those who approach with impure motives. Prayer is not only an act of expressing faith, but also a powerful force that protects your mission and ensures that it unfolds in God's perfect timing. In my personal experience, I've learned that the practice of silence and prayer goes hand in hand in protecting the sacred calling on my life. At times when I felt pressured to speak or share prematurely, I found peace in pausing, praying, and trusting God's timing. In those moments of silence, I have been able to hear His voice more clearly, discern His will more deeply, and maintain the focus necessary to protect what He has placed in me. These tools, strategic silence and the fortress prayer, are not just concepts, but practices that build a strong foundation for walking out God's purpose in your life. So I encourage you to embrace these principles. The next time you're tempted to speak or reveal something prematurely, take a moment to reflect, pray, and choose silence if necessary. By doing so, you not only protect the sacred things in your life, but you also create space for God to move in ways that only He can. Trust that His timing is perfect, and when the time is right, He will reveal what has been hidden and fulfill the divine purpose He has set for you.
Building a solid foundation for your spiritual life is crucial, and it starts with recognizing that God is your protector. He is the one who opens and closes doors, and He chooses the right time to reveal the truths He has entrusted to you. The Bible consistently emphasizes the importance of seeking God's guidance before making decisions. Proverbs 3 verse 5-6 encourages us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. This principle is particularly relevant when it comes to the act of sharing your plans and dreams.
Before sharing anything deeply personal or sacred, it's essential to pray first. By doing so, you place God at the center of your decisions, allowing His wisdom to guide your words and His protection to shield your purpose. This simple practice can prevent common mistakes, such as confiding in someone unworthy of your trust or exposing yourself unnecessarily. How often have hasty words or misplaced trust led to regret? Imagine the peace that comes from knowing that every decision, especially those involving your divine calling, has been fortified by prayer. When you make God the gatekeeper of your words, you ensure that His timing and purpose will prevail. Every decision made with prayerful consideration is an opportunity to deepen your trust in Him and in His divine plan for your life. Never underestimate the power of prayer, especially before making significant decisions or sharing the sacred treasures God has placed within you. Let the fortress prayer become a daily ritual, a source of strength that guards your spiritual journey and aligns your actions with God's will. This practice transforms every moment of uncertainty into a chance to strengthen your relationship with Him. In addition to prayer, another vital tool is creating a circle of trusted individuals. Not everyone who enters your life has pure intentions, and while God places the right people in your path to help you fulfill your purpose, He also permits challenges to sharpen your discernment. Building a mental or spiritual list of those who truly deserve to hear your plans and share in your confidences is essential. These individuals are not just companions, they are spiritual allies, people who will pray for your success, rejoice in your victories without jealousy, and stand with you in faith. To identify these trustworthy allies, pay attention to the fruit of their character. As Jesus teaches in Luke 16 verse 10, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Observe how these individuals handle small matters. Do they act with integrity and faithfulness? Trust is not easily given, it is earned through consistent behavior. Sometimes, those who appear closest to you may not be the best guardians of your spiritual secrets. Watch for subtle signs of envy or competition. Do they genuinely celebrate your growth, or do they seem to harbor jealousy? Are they interested in your spiritual journey, or do they find ways to criticize or discourage you? A true spiritual ally will never compete with you. Instead, they will lift you up, pray for your prosperity, and encourage you to stay aligned with God's purpose for your life. If you ever feel uncertain about someone's intentions, turn to prayer. Ask God to reveal what is hidden and guide you in discerning the hearts of those around you. James 1 verse 5 reassures us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him." From my personal experience, I've learned that building a circle of trusted allies and committing to prayer before sharing my spiritual journey has been instrumental in protecting my purpose. I've had moments where I was tempted to share too much too soon, only to find that not everyone was ready to understand or support what God was doing in my life. Through prayer and discernment, I've learned to guard my mission more closely, trusting that God will reveal it to the right people at the right team. I encourage you to take these steps seriously. Build a foundation of prayer, create a circle of trusted allies, and remain vigilant in discerning the right time and the right people to share your sacred secrets with. By doing so, you protect not just your purpose, but also your peace in your spiritual journey. To protect the divine secrets entrusted to you, it is crucial to embrace wisdom and discernment. The Bible assures us in James 1 verse 5, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him." This wisdom is essential for guarding what is sacred. Failing to protect your secrets can have serious consequences. Carelessly shared words can breed envy, cause misunderstandings, or even invite spiritual attacks. Proverbs 11 verse 13 warns us, "A gossip betrays a confidence, but the trustworthy keep a secret." This verse underscores the importance of choosing the right confidants, not as a mere preference, but as a spiritual discipline that protects your purpose and strengthens your journey. Take a moment to reflect on your relationships. Who among those around you consistently uplifts, supports, and prays for you without expecting recognition or reward? These are the people worthy of your trust. By building a circle of genuine, God-ordained allies, you create a safe space to share, grow, and walk confidently in your calling. It is crucial to protect your secrets wisely, for they are the keys to fulfilling the purpose God has set before you. Advancing in your God-given purpose requires the embrace of 3 key principles: knowing when to remain silent, praying before taking action, and placing your trust only in those who have demonstrated genuine faithfulness. Protecting your secrets is not just a practical step, it is a spiritual act of safeguarding your divine mission. When you guard the sacred truths entrusted to you, you create a shield around the calling that God has placed upon your life. One of the simplest ways to begin is by practicing strategic silence. Resist the urge to share impulsive thoughts or details about your spiritual journey. Silence, when used wisely, becomes a fortress of protection. Before making any significant decisions or taking steps, incorporate the fortress prayer into your daily routine, asking for God's guidance and protection. Make it a habit to regularly review your circle of trust, ensuring that only those guided by God have access to the most precious parts of your heart. These small but consistent actions build a spiritual fortress, safeguarding your life from unnecessary battles and distractions.
As you apply these principles, you will begin to notice a shift in your spiritual journey. You will find yourself shielded from forces that seek to derail you. The act of protecting your secrets is not just about shielding information, it is an expression of faith. By guarding what God has revealed to you, you show that you value His purpose above all else.
Consider this: within you lies something untouchable, something beyond the comprehension of the physical world. This secret is your direct connection to God, a spiritual bridge that strengthens your faith and defines your purpose. It is not meant to be fully understood by the world, which is why it must be fiercely protected. In the Bible, Jesus says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Matthew 6 verse 21. Your secret is not a physical treasure, it is a divine one, a treasure that must be guarded with care. In my own life, I've seen how essential it is to practice these principles. There were moments when I felt an overwhelming urge to share my plans or dreams with others, but by pausing and praying first, I've been able to protect those sacred things God has entrusted to me. Through silence and prayer, I've learned to discern when the right time to speak is, and who truly deserves access to the most intimate parts of my journey.
These principles of strategic silence, prayer, and a trusted circle of allies are not just spiritual strategies, they are the keys to unlocking the fullness of your purpose. By applying them, you are not just protecting your secrets, you are actively building a foundation for your divine destiny. Embrace them and allow God's wisdom to guide you through every decision and every moment of uncertainty. You will find peace, strength, and a deeper connection to your purpose.
Your spiritual treasure is the very essence of your calling, the foundation of your destiny, and the unshakable strength that carries you through life's storms. This treasure is not something material, it is a divine flame within you, your faith, your purpose, and your connection with God. Protecting it means honoring the sacred bond you share with Him, allowing it to grow, flourish, and shine in His perfect timing. Just as you would shield rare jewels in a safe, you are called to safeguard this divine connection with equal vigilance. Imagine this divine flame glowing within you, powerful yet shielded from the curious, the critics, and those who might seek to discredit or distract you from your journey. When you protect this flame, you give God space to work in His perfect timing, revealing His purpose for your life only when it is ready to shine for His glory. The world may not understand the depths of your journey, but that is precisely why your secret, your spiritual treasure, needs to remain protected.
As you safeguard your secrets, trust that God will guide you every step of the way, ensuring that your divine purpose remains intact and unstoppable. This secret you carry cannot be bought, sold, or given away. It is sacred and must be guarded with the utmost care within the safest place, your heart. The Bible warns us in Matthew 6 verse 19-20, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven." Your spiritual connection, your sacred secret, is one of those heavenly treasures, and it must be protected from spiritual thieves, forces, or individuals who might try to rob you of your peace, your faith, or your trust in God's purpose.
When you guard this sacred secret, it becomes a fortress, an impenetrable shield that protects you from the forces that aim to derail your journey. The essence of this secret is your unshakable faith, the unwavering belief in God's promises, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. This faith is not meant for everyone to see or understand. It is meant to grow and flourish in silence, becoming a source of strength in the stillness of your heart. Keeping your faith hidden does not weaken it, rather it fortifies it. Just like a seed growing in the darkness of the soil, your faith grows stronger in the quiet moments. This is why you must protect it. Let it be your shield against doubt, negativity, and spiritual attacks. As you nurture and guard this sacred trust, you'll find that it becomes a powerful source of strength and peace, even in the most challenging times. From my personal experience, I've learned that sharing too early can sometimes expose you to unnecessary battles. There's wisdom in waiting, in allowing God to refine your purpose and your faith in private before sharing it with the world. I've seen how, when I keep my dreams and purpose close to my heart, God has the opportunity to strengthen me and build the foundation for His plans. This isn't about being secretive or hiding your light, but about allowing God to reveal His plans at the right time. When the moment is right, no force in heaven or on earth can stand against what God has ordained for you. So I encourage you to reflect on the treasure you carry within. Consider what steps you can take today to protect it through silence, prayer, and discernment. Your journey is unique, and the calling God has placed on your life is invaluable. As you protect and nurture this divine treasure, trust that God is guiding you towards the fullness of His purpose for your life. You are not alone in this journey. He is with you every step of the way, strengthening you and empowering you to walk in His plan. Have you ever experienced a moment when your faith felt like the only thing keeping you moving forward, even as everything around you seemed uncertain or broken? That's the power of a protected faith, like a beacon of hope, unwavering and untouchable, no matter how dark the path may seem. This inner light, rooted in your trust and connection with God, cannot be extinguished, even in the toughest times. Not everyone around you will understand the depth of what God is doing in your life. Some may belittle your journey, seek to distract you, or even try to destroy the sacred work God is building within you. Sharing your faith indiscriminately with those who cannot appreciate its essence opens it up to unnecessary attacks. That's why protecting your spiritual secrets is so vital. It's not about hiding the truth, but about preserving it from those who are not ready to receive it. Mary, the mother of Jesus, offers us a powerful example of this wisdom. After the shepherds shared their divine encounter with the angels, Mary did not rush to broadcast it to everyone. Instead, she treasured up all these things and pondered them in her heart. Luke 2 verse 19. Mary understood that some revelations are meant to be kept sacred, meditated upon, and nurtured in the intimacy of your relationship with God. She did not act out of fear, but out of reverence, recognizing the weight and holiness of the truth that had been revealed to her. Like Mary, you are called to protect the sacred treasures God has placed in your heart. This act of safeguarding your spiritual secrets is not merely wise, it is deeply reverent. It shows that you understand the weight of what God has entrusted to you, and that some truths are too precious to be exposed prematurely. This protection allows God to mature His plans within you, and to reveal them at the perfect time. When you safeguard your faith and divine connection, you are demonstrating trust in God's timing and commitment to His purpose for your life. Can you imagine the peace and strength that come from keeping your faith protected, allowing it to grow untouched by the chaos of the world? Just as Mary honored the sacred revelations entrusted to her, let your reverence for what God has entrusted to you guide your actions. Protect your secret, nurture your faith, and trust that in God's perfect time, His glory will be revealed through you. Your secret is not just a treasure, it is the foundation of your mission, the unseen strength that equips you to fulfill your divine purpose. Many people wonder how you manage to endure trials, rise above challenges, and continue moving forward with unwavering resolve. What they fail to see is that your power comes from something hidden, a deep, abiding connection with God, like the unseen roots of a tree. Though invisible, these roots sustain and nourish you, allowing you to stand firm and flourish, even in the harshest storms.
By guarding this sacred connection with God, you fortify your greatest strength. This is how you can thrive where others falter. God has woven power into silence. The secret you keep is not only a shield but a divine strategy designed for your protection and growth. When you preserve your faith and spiritual connection within the sanctuary of your heart, no one, whether they seek to understand or disrupt it, will be able to penetrate it. You become like a fortified city, unshakable and impenetrable.
This guarded mystery is a beauty that only you and God share. It's a sacred bond that the world cannot comprehend or unravel. Keeping your secret goes beyond personal protection. It is an act of reverence and honor for the divine calling placed upon your life. In my experience, I've found that the more I protect the sacred elements of my faith, the more deeply God works within me. There's peace in knowing that my trust in Him is unshaken, even when others may not understand or approve. My advice is simple: guard what God has placed in your heart with all diligence. Don't be quick to share everything with everyone. Trust His timing and allow Him to reveal His purpose for you in the way He knows is best. This is not about hiding, it's about creating space for God to shape you into the person He has called you to be. Your faith, protected, will become your greatest strength, a beacon of light to guide you and others through the darkest paths. Guarding your faith and spiritual connection is an act of profound reverence for the divine calling God has placed on your life. By choosing to protect your most sacred truths, you demonstrate unwavering trust in God's plan for you. This decision is not born of fear, but from an understanding of the magnitude of your purpose and a commitment to protecting it at all costs. Just as Nehemiah rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem to secure what was sacred, Nehemiah 2 verses 17 to 18, you too are called to build a spiritual wall around your divine mission. Your faith, like Nehemiah's walls, serves as both protection and purpose. What truly matters is recognizing that the secret you carry, your divine connection, is your greatest safeguard. Guarding it with wisdom ensures that you remain aligned with God's purpose, undistracted by the opinions or scrutiny of others. The Bible emphasizes this in Proverbs 4 verse 23, which says, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Your heart, the keeper of this secret, is the source of your strength and your alignment with God's will. Protecting it keeps you on the path He has set for you, enabling you to become unshakable, impenetrable, and fully prepared for the future He has designed for you. This isn't just about maintaining silence, it's about preserving something precious with wisdom and discernment. Just as Mary, the mother of Jesus, chose to treasure divine revelations in her heart and ponder them in silence, Luke 2 verse 19, we are called to do the same. Mary's wisdom and patience allowed God's plan to unfold at the perfect time, undisturbed by external forces. She knew that some truths, though sacred, were not meant to be shared prematurely. By following her example, you too can allow God's plan to unfold in your life without interference. If you choose to keep your faith and spiritual connection protected, you honor God and the divine calling He has entrusted to you. Every moment of silence, every act of discernment, and every prayer strengthens the foundation of your mission. By safeguarding these sacred truths, you allow them to grow into eternal strengths that endure far beyond fleeting moments of fame or recognition. It's through discretion that you make space for God's blessings to manifest in His perfect timing. As you reflect on this message, remember that not everything is meant to be shared, even with those closest to you. Some secrets carry the weight of your divine mission. Revealing them prematurely or to the wrong people could risk hindering God's plan for your life. The Bible reminds us in Proverbs 4 verse 23, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." Guarding these sacred truths is an act of faith, trust, and reverence toward God, who is the ultimate protector and guide of your purpose. Maintaining discretion and silence about certain matters is not a sign of weakness, but rather wisdom. It is an acknowledgement that God's ways are higher than ours, and that His plan will unfold in His time, not ours. When you choose to remain silent on matters that are sacred, you open the door for God's protection and blessings. As the Bible says, no weapon formed against you will prosper when you trust in God's wisdom and protection. The world may not understand your silence or the reason behind your guardedness, but God sees your obedience. He will reward you in due time. If this message has blessed or inspired you, consider supporting this work. Your donations enable us to continue spreading God's word and reaching hearts across the globe. For those who cannot contribute financially, your prayers, likes, and shares are deeply appreciated and a blessing to us in ways words cannot express. As we close, we invite you to reflect on the message. What part of this resonated with you the most? Take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. As you go about your day, may God cover you with His grace, strengthen you for the journey ahead, and fill your life with His peace. You are deeply loved, and we thank you for being a part of this community. Stay tuned for more messages of hope and inspiration, and until next time, may God bless you richly in all you do. This message is a powerful reminder of the importance of keeping certain things hidden and guarded. In my experience, I've learned that discretion in spiritual matters allows God to work without interference. It allows His plans to unfold according to His timing. My advice is simple: protect the sacred secrets of your life with wisdom and trust in God's perfect timing. Don't rush to share everything. Trust that what's revealed too soon risks being lost, but what is guarded with reverence will endure forever. Keep silent when needed and let God's purpose unfold through you.